Have you ever felt like your life isn't turning out the way that you'd planned? I think this happens to a lot of us. When we're kids, we think we're going to grow up and our life is going to look a certain way. But then we grow up, and for most of us, our life doesn't look anything like the picture we had in our head. And there's something about the holidays. When the holidays roll around, it brings into focus the fact that our life hasn't turned out the way we planned. It amplifies our disappointment. It makes me think of something that happened to my family recently. We were out Christmas shopping. And my kids, when we're Christmas shopping, they asked to buy everything. The candy canes, the snowmen, the toys. But they asked for something that really caught my attention. It was a display of gingerbread houses. They said, "Daddy, please, Daddy, can we buy these gingerbread houses? Can we just buy one of them? We'll go home, we'll decorate it, we'll put the gumdrops on it. It'll be so cool. It'll be a great Christmas night." And in my head, I thought, you know what? It would be a great Christmas night. Now, it was $9. And I don't know about you, but in this economy, $9 for a gingerbread house to me is pretty steep. But I wasn't thinking about buying gingerbread. I was thinking about buying $9 worth of Christmas memories. I just pictured us sitting around the fire like in a Charles Dickens novel, putting together this gingerbread house, and my kids snuggled up on my lap saying, "God bless us, everyone." It was going to be perfect. It was going to be straight out of a storybook. But like life often does, it didn't work out like the storybook. Because as soon as we got in the car, my boys started fighting over that gingerbread house. They were wrestling for it. They were dropping it. And when we got home and opened up that box, there was nothing left but crumbs and broken pieces of gingerbread. And let me tell you, I was mad. I had wasted $9, and I'd also wasted a whole night that I had planned to be so perfect. And so in my frustration, I handed the box to my wife and said, "Throw this away, it's ruined." And my wife, my beautiful, sweet wife, in all of her wisdom, looked at me and she said, "What are you talking about? It's not ruined." And I said, "Of course it's ruined. It's never going to look like the picture on the box." But she smiled at me and said, "It doesn't have to look like the picture on the box." And in that moment, it was like God was speaking wisdom to me through my wife, reminding me of a verse, Romans 8:28, which says, "God will work all things together for good." It's like God was smiling in that moment and saying, "Dave, you've already trusted me to make something beautiful out of the broken pieces of your life. Don't you think I can make something out of broken pieces of gingerbread?" So sure enough, we sat down around a table and we dumped out the contents of that box, and we had more fun than we've had together as a family in a long time. Sure, it never looked like the picture on the box, but it was something better. It was oddly shaped gingerbread cookies. It was icing all over our faces. It was laughter and it was joy, and it was so much fun. And I wouldn't trade that night for anything, and I almost missed out on it because of my own stubbornness to see that God's plan might have been different and better than my own plan. So I don't know where you are this Christmas. Maybe you feel like your life looks like the contents of that gingerbread box, just broken pieces that you can't do anything with. But let me tell you, if you will give the broken pieces of your life to God, He promises to make something beautiful out of them.